Yeah, no, I'm good. I love this. All right. Good morning, everyone. Oh my gosh, I don't have music. So, all right.
Greg is saying, run the play, run the play.
John just played music of clapping hands of a crowd. All right, you guys, let's do this. This is where I'm at today. I'm super, super blessed and grateful for a life that allows me to be able to live it versus work it. I don't call this work. I tell people all the time in the beginning, it's such a selfless act in the beginning when people start building network marketing because they do it to get out of debt, make money, pay off their bills, do things like this. But once you get to that point, it's selfless. It's like, what can I do to help someone else today? How can I pay this forward? How can I help? How can I teach somebody else how to have this life? It's like a gratitude ripple that takes effect. Good morning, Ava. That takes effect that I was laying in bed at 7:45 when Sandy texted me and said, hey, did you see this text? And I went, oh my God, my alarm. I jumped up. I'm like, yes. The answer is always yes. Figure it out. Make it work. Put yourself in front of it. Who cares what you look like? So that's what I'm grateful for today, you guys. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to be here to serve you guys and pay forward and leave you with one piece of anything that can move your life forward, something that can inspire you to go out and take action, a nugget in your business that will open a light in your mind, which is a couple of things that we're going to be sharing this morning because we've had some major, amazing breakthroughs on our team today. So I know we're going to talk about that. And I know you guys have too. So let's kick it off. John.
I do. I'm grateful for Sandy and you, Darla, for your leadership and inspiration. I've got on that 20 calls a day deal and reporting to both of you back every day, having lots of success, and I appreciate the help you've been giving me in the scripting and how to answer people and getting people on track and looking at IM. So I'm very grateful for that, and the discipline to know you got to hit at least 20. And I say 20, sometimes it's 23, 20, whatever, but it's a minimum of 20. So I'm just very grateful for your leadership, mentorship, and of course, Greg and Melanie at the top, which I consider the top of battery. Yeah. Thank you very much for that as well.
Absolutely. And I'd like to elaborate on what John's talking about because you guys can all get something from this. So I put out a thing in our team chat that said, I'm starting a 7-week MasterMind private mentorship Zoom for everybody that's going to convention. Get your ticket now so you don't miss this because I'm going to change your life. Just basically that. And we're up to 34 now. 34 people have bought their VIP convention tickets, booked their flights. And let me tell you this, Sandy had a person sign up yesterday with an elite pack, immediately buy a VIP pack, book their hotel room and travels, and is going. Just signed up yesterday, all in the same hour. And I'm so proud of Sandy for her breakthroughs, you guys. And I had a talk with Sandy. You heard the talk last week, the talk that made her cry. And you know what Sandy tells me? I appreciate you so much for being honest with me. I need somebody that's honest with me, that will tell me what I need to do. It'll tell me where my shortcomings are if they can spot them and see them, because to show it and baby someone is not going to help them. And Greg, what I did is I told Sandy 2 weeks ago, I said, Sandy, I just want you to know I love you as a friend. I appreciate everything you do. But if I have to pick my 8, you're not one of my 8. And it made her cry. It hurt her feelings. And I said, this is business. This is friendship. I love you as a friend. I'm going to be here for you. This is business. If you want to be one of my 8, I need you to step up and get into action. And she has stepped up like you wouldn't believe. She's signing up people. She's doing events. She's doing Zooms. She's getting out of her fear. And then so on this Zoom that I did, everybody showed up, not everybody, because it was like 1 day notice. And so this convention Zoom, it was so in-depth, deep on how to get 30 people to convention. I showed them how I got 30 people to convention. I reversed engineered it and putting them through what does it take to get 30 people of your own people to convention. And now I'm helping them to get that path happening, because the people that are in convention are not guests. Those are members. Those are affiliates. So that means we got to get them signed up. We got to get them peak class plugged in and promoted and fallen in love and get their ticket and get them moving forward like Sandy did. And that's, Michelle, I think, did you get to watch the playback? Good, because it was for you. So that's what we did. So everybody is holding themselves accountable, Greg, to 20 peaks a day, and they have to report it back to me. They have to report it back to me. And there's no way somebody can go 3 days of 20 peaks without any Zooms coming from it. So John, what I did with John is he told me he did his 20 peaks and he told me who he peaked. I said, send me some screenshots. I want to see what you're saying. I want to see the proof of the screenshot that you sent to the person. So that is what leaders do. Push, push, come on, push you out of the nest, right? You'll grow your wings when you fly. So Tanya, the other day, she's crushing it. She's just zooming out. She's got an amazing gratitude and what's working for her story to tell that I'll let you tell. But you know when you know someone's ready, you push them out of the nest. So Tanya is better than me at doing this now. So she had a 9 o'clock with a financial advisor and I was going to be on the Zoom and I missed the Zoom. I said, don't cancel it, do it. I didn't miss it. It wasn't on my calendar for some reason. And so I said, I'm going to be 10 minutes late. Girl, I believe in you. Get in there, rock it. I freaking log on and there's a boss on the screen. I even said, okay, guys, I got to go to my next meeting now and let her go because she was just freaking in the zone. I was so happy. I said, Tanya, now you're a leader. Start getting your people on Zooms with you now. All right, Tanya, share what's working and what you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for Dala pulling me out of my funk when I was sick. I'm grateful that even though I was sick, that my business was still growing, and I'm grateful for the chat that we had with Kevin. You know, at the rate that he's going, he'll be a P600 in no time. But nice.
Okay, Tanya, will you share? I'm going to give you, because I want everyone to pick up on this. Okay, no. Were you guys here last? She made a campaign card and sent out about dreams and vision and believing in yourself, nothing about Item Academy. Well, it did say, thank you for taking a look at my business. I understand right now is not the time, but it's never the right or something. She wrote a beautiful campaign card. She sent it out to every single person that she ever showed the presentation to or asked. And 4 people that week came to her and signed up because of the belief system that she put in. I had her start writing her, I had her take her I am statements next level. Tanya, I wanted to share this with you that you don't know about. So yes, on the I Am United chat call, I put that to everyone. I shared Tanya's story and I shared Sandy's story of how their business and life moved when they started taking their I am statements from here to here. If I have to say to you, you guys, what are your I am statements? And you have to look around for a piece of paper, you don't know what your I am statements are. If you have to look around, you have to go get your phone. I can tell you every one of my I am statements, what number they're in, what order they're in, how they go, what they say. Because I live them every day. So they're not real until you're not bringing them to life until, like, if someone said, what's your kid's name? You wouldn't have to go look up at their birth certificate, right? You know your kid's name because you know your kid's name. You got to know your I am statements. And I did it with Trevor. Greg, I don't know if you know this. On last week's call, I had this talk with Trevor about him writing his I am statements and believing. And I had him close his eyes and put his hands on his chest. And I said to him, Trevor, when you do that, whatever it is, 2020, how does it make you feel? And I took him to that space of feeling. And I says, Trevor, bring yourself there and be in that space. And what is it that you're speaking and feeling when you're in that space? And I said, you must do the action and the activity that is as if it's already done. So then we get on the 9:30 call and they're going to draw the freaking Bitcoin. And Trevor's and Richard says, who's going to win? Everybody's, I am. Trevor was the only one who said, I am, and put his Bitcoin deposit there, and Trevor wins the Bitcoin. You know, this is how it works. So Tanya, I was going to tell you, Elaine also made that campaign card, sent it out, wrote her I am statements, and that same day got 3 people. She's like, Darla, this lady, I sent that peak message 8 months ago, and look at, she just replied. This one was 6 months ago, and she just replied. I'm all, exactly, my friend. So awesome. All right, Sandy. Oh wait, Trevor, I want to hear from you. So since last week, my friend, give us that update.
Well, firstly, I'm grateful for the traction of all like the new people, and I feel like it's just like level up season. I have a power leg in my holding tank that has 14 people in it. So I'm pretty grateful for that. So that's kind of some power leverage right there. But you're talking about these I am statements, and honestly, I haven't said any I am statements this entire week. Sorry?
How come you didn't do them? I'm curious.
I never threw it into my morning ritual. So
Okay. So what's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? You look at your phone. You're laying in bed and you grab your phone, right?
no, I usually do a 20-minute workout.
So you don't even look at your phone till you work out?
I try not to, but sometimes I get caught with the looking at the phone. But
Okay,
that is the goal, is not to look at my phone for the first hour.
Okay, so here's your new goal. Pick phone, just what time it is, and shut your alarm off, because your phone's going off on your alarm. And when you turn your phone on, your screen is going to tell you your I am statements in your face, and you don't go past that screen.
Mm-hmm. So you just change
You're
your
just gonna
background.
look at it and you're going to read your I am. It's what I did is I went into my notepad and I wrote my I am statements, copied them, and put them on a red background as a picture image, and loaded that picture image.
Yeah.
And so that's as far as you're going to go. You're not even going to open your notifications. You're only going to look and see what time it is and start with being grateful. The first thing you have to do is get your mind into the right frequency. You got to get it in the frequency of gratitude even before you go to the gym. So this week, Trevor, I'm holding you accountable. If you want to be a leader, you have to learn how to create leaders' habits. And your team is going to do what you do. So until you master these I am statements, you can't teach them to your team. Until you experience what they do in your life and let them witness it and feel it for yourself, it's not going to ripple over to your team. You have to do it for your team, not even for you, for your team, because it's not fair that they're not getting the true leadership that you are. Does that make sense? I just busted your balls. That's what we
No, that is perfect. That's why I came out with it, right? Because I could have just said, hey, everything's going great, and I could just tell you all the wins and all the other goodies of what happened this week. But I think that's important to get more elaborate of it. And if you hold me accountable to that, fantastic. Like I appreciate that. At the end of the day, I got to hold myself accountable and just do it. But
and you know what, Trevor? Once you read your I am statements, send me an I am statement that says, I'm grateful that I read my I am statements today. Send me a text. There's how you create accountability. When you tell someone you're going to do something, you either have to lie or you have to do it. It's your character now and your integrity that comes out. So put yourself in those positions. Remember when I was sharing the story with you guys about how I tore up my own hairdresser license and my own business license and retail license and threw it in the trash so that I couldn't do business anymore, and closed my own business so that I burned my ships. I make commitments, make goals. It's why people join boot camps and all that kind of stuff. So I'll just shoot me a text for 1 week, just 1 week. And I want to know next week on this call what it did. And you're going to be the example for everybody else that isn't taking that step.
mm-hmm.
For those of you that drink coffee in the morning, set your I am statements on top of your coffee pot so that you have to pick them up and read them while your coffee's brewing. And you do it until you have them memorized. I'm so happy and grateful for the quality of people that are joining my life on a daily basis. I'm so happy and grateful. Sandy started it too. Okay, Sandy, share it. Go.
All right, but my screen thing is I am Chairman 50 on my screen share. But you and I must be on the same wavelength, because this morning my post was I posted my I am statements on my screenshot, and also that I wrote them down. And I wrote, if you have goals, because I had a conversation with somebody that keeps jumping from company to company. And I asked her, I said, did you ever write down what your goals are? And she goes, no. I said, that's why you're having a hard time, because you have not put your goals in words. You haven't become specific. You haven't created them in I am statements, and you haven't added gratitude to your I am statements. So this morning, that's what I posted, because I started writing I am statements right after I started working. So 2 years ago. And it's amazing what is happening because of that.
It doubled her income. Remember when you were 6 months in and you pulled your taxes, you were doing your taxes or something, and you're like, oh my God, you have to look at this. Her IM income had surpassed her, how many years? Yeah.
And my monthly check, or from January 1st of 2021 through last week, I have made more money in IM this year than I have in send out cards. And I only started building IM in March of this year.
Yeah. And you've been in
So-
send out cards how long?
11 years.
But here's the thing, you guys. It's because of send out cards that she's got so much money in IM. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Yep. So did I tell you that Elaine Williams sent out the campaign to all of her people too? Tanya, did I say that this morning? Yeah. So I'm doing the same thing. She's building the campaign for me too, and I'm going to send it out. I'm going to send it out to every single person that I've ever shown the business to, because it'll pull them back because of what it says. Very cool. So Sandy, I'm so
Will
happy.
you help me too, Darla? Will you help me?
Yeah. Yeah. We have VAs, Greg, in the Philippines that work for us that send our cards. They're freaking amazing, man. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And because I use Shuffle to prospect every single person, I use Shuffle. There's not one person that I don't use Shuffle with. So I have every single name and phone number of the people that I have ever prospected. My VAs can go into my Shuffle account, grab their names and get their addresses and send them cards. I don't have to do it. But it's that follow-up. And one of you said your team, Randall, I think it was you who said your team is doing well and showing. So when people do, I don't know if you saw the Chairman 50 congratulations card I made last week that everyone was talking about how it made them feel. They posted all over Facebook. That card is on their walls. They have it hung up and they're reading it every day. So Greg, what the card is, and I want to show you because it's about you. There it is. Look. So here's the card, Greg. It's on the front. It's got their names and it says Chairman.
I saw it. I
Yeah.
saw Sandy posted it. It was amazing.
You couldn't really read the script, but it says, see now you guys, I can tell you exactly what it says because I believe it. So
I
it
put
says,
it in my post so they could
Oh.
read it.
all right, anyway, so that was cool. Be like, do what they did to get there. And so then on my talk, I have a post that I made, reverse engineering what it took of sacrifices for me to just get over the hump into freedom, which was only 9 months, and had I never have done that 9 months, I would still be in the struggle and the grind and the spinning of the plates and robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, so Randall,
Dar-
what?
Sorry. I was going to ask Darla, the card that Elaine and that Tanya have sent, can you elaborate a little bit on that card?
One of you, who has it? Tanya, can you read it? Can you tell her about it or read it?
Can I show it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, just give me a sec.
So many of our dreams at first seem impossible, then seem possible. And then we summon the will. And when we summon the will, they soon seem inevitable. And then on the inside, it says, first name, it fills in their name. We just wanted to reach out and say thank you for taking a look at what Scott and I are doing in the Trading Academy. We know it's not the right time for you and we can appreciate that. If there is one little piece of us we can give you in this, whatever your dreams, whether you know what they are or not, write them down and get super specific. Write a whole page and don't stop until you get to the bottom. Regardless of how crazy and far-fetched they may seem, read your list often, dream of them, and picture yourself already there. Make it your burning desire, and before you know it, something amazing will happen. Your brain starts moving in that direction and a plan starts formulating. Regardless of what path you take, your dreams are worth it. And so the back of the card, Sandy. And then it says, our wish for you, mission statement, helping people to have financial freedom so they can make the decisions they want versus what their finances make for them. And so that card is what they send out to everyone. And what it does is it just Because here's what happens. When you show the plan to somebody, they're watching you. They're watching you. They're watching you. It's like the reason why it's called peek is because you're going like this. Excuse me. Hey, I'm over here. Take a look at me. Take a look at me. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're watching you and watching you and watching you. That card is hitting them in the frequency of where their struggle is. And that, wow, I guess I do. And that's the card, Greg, that Tanya sent out. And right away got people reaching back to her to sign up right away. And because she's writing her own statement, she had 3 people send her messages. And Tanya said, Darla, I didn't even know these people were alive, like watching me, like they've never clicked on anything. And you know how when you guys make one post, like maybe your birthday, it's my birthday today, somebody does happy birthday and you get like 500 comments on your birthday. And then you make business posts and you get 4 comments. And then you make a post about your dog or your kid and you get a whole bunch of comments. Those are the people that are watching you. You have to pay attention to that post, not your business post. People that are interested are not clicking on your post. They're not gonna. It's the psychological frequency of fear of making a commitment if they put their name on a post for you.
Darla, would it be okay if I said a few things right now just because
Please do.
Yeah. Are you guys able to hear me? It's gapping out. First of all, I just want to say congratulations, Tanya and Sandy. All of you guys, Trevor, Randall, how good does it feel for your buddy Colin winning that trading setup? You know what I mean? It's like, I can't wait till we get situated. I want to run another one of those promos and some more Bitcoin giveaways. You'd be shocked at how many people I've already met in the 2 days I've been in Panama where like they make their living on Bitcoin and trading. It's like, it's on the tip of everybody's tongues from all over the world. And so the leadership that you guys are getting from Darla here is world-class, and the accountability. See, the thing is most people avoid change like the plague, and nobody likes accountability. They always say, I want to be held accountable until it's time to be held accountable. It's like that meme on Facebook. It's like everybody wants to be a beast until they find out what real beasts actually do. You know what I mean? And so Darla's a beast, and thank you for your leadership and growing everyone on this call up. You know what I mean? So when Darla was talking about follow-up and what Tanya's doing and what Sandy's doing, I want to qualify you guys this, because I often find that a lot of times when we hear these stories about people that are having success with a campaign or with a certain script or a certain follow-up or a certain, you know what I mean? We're like, oh, that's awesome for them. You know what I mean? That's inspiring. But I want to just really cement this home for you guys so you can anchor it. Because when you understand the average person before they buy anything, it usually takes about 10 impressions, right? And so we always hear cliche that the fortune's in the follow, right? And the reality of it is there's never been a truer statement in sales or team building or business development ever. But if the average sale, right, or the average expansion in a customer base takes 10 impressions, right? Sometimes the first time you share something with somebody, they're going to get started. And we think, like, I've been in my career in 13 years, I remember times where I'd go talk to 10 people and all 10 people signed up because it might've been a campaign or a script or something. And I thought I was Superman. And so anyways, my point is that the average sale takes 10 impressions, but the average salesperson, get this, didn't even follow up one time. So my point is don't be an average person. What Darla is training all of us on here today is to be, you know, the difference between extraordinary and ordinary is just that little bit extra. And what Darla is teaching us is that little bit extra. It's the razor's edge. It's that little bit that separates. You know, you always hear people, oh God, he's special or she's special. And I always say that there's nothing special about special people. It's just what they do that makes them special. And what Darla's teaching you guys to do, what Trevor's teaching you guys to do, what leaders are teaching you to do is to be special. Okay, I'm just about done. I need to figure out this internet thing before the team calls, so I'm going to bounce, but I do want to share my gratitude. So I'm extremely grateful for each and every one of you guys, for all the leaders. What Tanya said, she said she was ill and her business kept growing. And so I'm grateful for this opportunity, and I'm grateful for this team. I'm grateful for this industry, because in the midst of all the chaos that my family and I have been in, you know, selling everything we own, rehoming 2 dogs, turning a 13,000 square foot house into 20 suitcases, our business continued to grow. And I want that for each and every one of you guys. Okay. So this isn't about you having some high paying sales job. This is about you mastering some skills, whether it's trading, building, or both, but building a life that continues to grow and flourish after you build the foundation, and then being able to identify the people that truly want more in their lives. And like Darla said, pour your time, energy, and resources into them, right? Look for the ones that are one of your 8, as she was calling it, right? And so you'll see, first you learn, then you do, then you teach. And when you have the opportunity to, once you master the basics and the fundamentals, you get to teach other people, and you get to identify those people that you want to pour yourself into, right? Because they're fertile soil. And so every one of you guys that are on this call, obviously you've earned the right to be on this call, being a Platinum 600 or higher. But more than that, there's other Platinum 600s that aren't on this call. And so, you know, we're as committed to your success as you are committed to yours. So I want to commend each and every one of you guys for being on this call. And the last thing I'm grateful for, Alex, Alex Morton, my business partner, my sponsor, he sent me a video, and I'm going to put it in the chat here. I actually pushed it out yesterday. It's a Tony Robbins video on leadership and leading yourself. And I'm honest, like I think it's 45 minutes. I'm only 30 minutes into it. And then we had to run to go look at another apartment yesterday, but I'm going to finish it today. But it's some of the most quality content and the most challenging content that I've ever seen. It was like getting punched right between the eyes. And so I want to encourage, in a good way, right? So I want to encourage you guys to watch it. I want to share it with you. Darla, you're doing an incredible job running this call. I'm going to jump off so I can figure out this internet, hopefully before the team training call at 9:30 Pacific. So
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. You.
Can I do a point on there on what Greg was talking about? My little give here simply is like power of the follow-up. I've had multiple people that joined my business this week, and these are people who've been watching for a year, 2 years. And you know what they said, you know, thank you so much for not giving up on me. I knew this moment would come. Yes. And I would get started. You know, sometimes it might have felt like I was not responding. I was in ghost mode, right? Maybe I was embarrassed, but thank you for never, ever giving up on me. And I'm so grateful to have this opportunity now in front of me. And now that they've been plugged in for a week, they're already seeing the vision. They're already taking that massive action, and they're moving the steps forward to change their life for the better, right? So that follow-up process is so, so, so important. And it's something to master over time. And it's something to, you know, to continually to touch people, right? Just check in. Hey, how's it going? You know, what's, you know, when we last talked, you said about this, and this. How have you solved those problems? What's going on, right? And, you know, just continually to be a friend, because we're in the relationship business model, and it's just based off of, you know, the quality of the relationships that we get to create. So definitely follow-up is key, and those 10 touches is important, right? Because, you know, next thing you know, those people might very well join someone else's business. And that's also happened to me, in fact, where, man, I forgot to touch in with this person. I missed the follow-up date, right? I was off my game for 2 months. I totally missed them. And guess what? They joined somebody else's business, right? And they wanted to join yours, and they deserve to be in yours, but it is what it is. That's on you.
I'll share a story with you guys. So Sandy, Michelle, Brian, John, and Tanya, they're all in send out cards as well, right? So our network is connected, right? So I'm the one in the middle that people are sending their, hey, I reached out to so-and-so. Hey, I reached out to so-and-so. Hey, I sent so-and-so. Hey, I picked so-and-so. Hey, I had a conversation with so-and-so. And me, the leader, can't say, oh, well, so did so-and-so, and so did so-and-so, and you better with so-and-so, you know? So I'm watching this happen. Do you guys remember Trish from Send Out Cards? She came in gung-ho. She picked a bunch of people, and then she didn't believe it was working, so she quit. And I have watched so many of her peaks sign up with other people as they're reaching out to them. That's why when I see somebody quit, that was a massive recruiter out of the gate, I'm like, oh God, your harvest is going to go to somebody else. You don't get it. The only reason why Tanya had such a great week while she was not working and she was sick in bed was from what she did weeks and months ago. It wasn't from what she did while she was working now. Randall, I sent Colin, I have my VA in the Freedom Revolution Facebook group, finding every celebration, every rank advance, P150, whatever. Anytime somebody does something, she messages them and they get a card from me with words of inspiration to keep them going. When you do things like that, that is no monetary value to me. What is it? What is the value to me? Who knows what it is? Why do I send your people cards?
Build the belief.
It's to build the belief, and it's just to help humanity. I'm helping you to build your team. My mission statement, do you guys have a life mission statement? My life mission statement is, it doesn't matter if I make a penny from you or with you. What matters to me is that I inspired you to do something that you wouldn't have done had you have never met me. And so I inspire those people to stick and stay one more day. That's it. One more day. Stick and stay one more day. Believe in yourself just a little bit more. Celebrating somebody and telling them from somebody of my level, my experience, I'm not at any level here yet, but the experience that I have in the industry and what I've made and done, me telling that to somebody new encourages and empowers them to stick and stay. I've had people message me from your teams and tell me, Darla, I quit and I haven't told them so-and-so. And your card just brought me back. He said it made me cry. A grown man telling me that my card made him cry and made him remember why he started. That's why I do it. What you appreciate appreciates. If you appreciate humanity and you look at people's for their heart and not for their pocketbook or what they can lead you to, just touch the person's heart and have a conversation and make a life feel more inspired and make somebody feel more valued. It lowers the suicide rate. It makes marriages better. It just does good in the humanity of life, and that ripple comes back to you. So don't have money lenses on. Take your money lenses off and put heart lenses on. And who do you know that has a heartbeat? Add value to it. That's all you need to do. That's the answer to life. That's why I can build 14 businesses. That's why I can build 14 companies and have so many streams of people go, how can you have so many streams of income? I'm like, I only have one network. I have one network, humanity. That's it. Hey, anybody else want to say anything? Brian, you want to say anything?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, you're at the game.
I turned my camera off just because my battery's going low. But no, I just want to say that I'm grateful for this company. I'm grateful for our group that we have. I'm grateful for all the leaders. You know, I've learned since I've been with this company, I've learned to be patiently persistent. And like you just said about Tanya, the work that, you know, the fruit that she's reaping right now is from the work that she did, you know, 6 weeks ago. Every time I make that call or I shoot that text, that's what I have in mind. I'm like, you know what? This text right here or this call right here may not be for today, but I'm just planting seeds for tomorrow. And I let the universe do the rest.
Absolutely. Yep. And because his belief is what it is, his belief is tied to that. You must believe. If you don't believe, your belief is tied to that. It's a frequency. All right. Anybody else? Okay, you guys, this was a great call. We're awesome.
I have one thing. This week I listened to 3 Feet from Gold. I know we've talked about that before, but when you talked about Tracy, it made me realize I'm listening to the right book at the right time.
Awesome. Has anyone heard of 3 Feet from Gold? And if you think about this industry as a whole, how many people have been piqued from another company, from another person? It's the same way. It's not just I am, then it's the industry, then it's freedom, then it's something different. These are all layers that you're peaking. You just got to learn how to understand how the vibrational frequency works. Once you understand it, then you know the process. If you're going to go from California to Florida, you're not going to get in your car and just drive, but you're going to know what you're going to go through with bad weather and where you're going to stay and all that kind of stuff. You're learning the roadmap. So the roadmap is, it's not just about I am, it's not just about money. People from the heart. That's what comes to you. That's what ripples out. Planting these seeds in other people, in other businesses, especially, because then one day when their business closes or they're not happy, where do they go? They come back to you. Then when people quit and they get another card from you for their birthday next year, they start again because they go, dude, that guy is a stellar human being. Freaking sent me a birthday card and I quit on him. I never even called him again. I didn't even tell him I quit, you know? And here he sends me a birthday card. Wow, that's a class act. I'm gonna call him. That's how it works. All right, you guys, let's get ready and crush the 9:30 call. Are we all good?
Yeah, thank you so much, Darla.
Love you guys.
We learned so much
Thanks,
from you,
Darla.
and we
Thank you.
appreciate your leadership and all the value that you give.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.